Establishing a free zone company in Turkey has many advantages for investors. Free zones in Turkey are subject to the Free Zones Law and the Free Zones Implementation Regulation in terms of legislation. These regions are zones that are within the borders of Turkey, but are excluded from the customs zone in commercial terms and have special conditions and privileges. Who can operate in the free zones of Turkey? Domestic or foreign real or foreign legal entities can operate in free zones of Turkey by providing the necessary procedures and obtaining an operating license. There is no domestic or foreign capital limitation for legal entities that will operate in free zones. Individuals may establish a company, provided that they operate exclusively in the free zone and by showing their company address in the free zone. What should people do who want to establish a company in the free zones of Turkey? Persons who want to establish a company in a free zone must first obtain a free zone operating license. In order to obtain an operating license, they must fill out the operating license application form and attach the required documents along with the form. Additionally, deposit the operating license application fee into the Free Zone's special account at the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey. The operating license fee is $5,000 for both the tenant companies and the investor companies. The operating license application, together with the form and annexes, should be made to the Free Zone Directorate. Applicants can submit their applications directly or by registered mail. If the granting of an operating license in Turkey Free Zone found appropriate, this situation is notified to the applicant in writing and a 30-day period is given to submit a copy of the contract to be made for the supply of the workplace where he will continue his activity and other necessary documents to the Free Zone's General Directorate of Turkey. Such supply of the workplace in Turkey can be either made by purchase or rent. For how many years can a Free Zone operating license in Turkey be obtained? The operating license is issued for 20 years for those who will engage in production activities from tenant companies in the free zone and for 15 years for other fields of activity. An operating license of free zone in Turkey is issued for investor companies for 45 years for those who will engage in production activities and for 30 years for those who will engage in other activities. What are the advantages of establishing a company in the free zones of Turkey? First of all, free zones provide many advantages because they are considered outside the customs zone. In terms of applying the origin provisions, they are considered as the customs territory of Turkey. Therefore, goods shipped from Turkey to the free zone and goods shipped from the free zone to Turkey are subject to the foreign trade regime. However, foreign trade regime is not applied between free zones and other countries and free zones. Goods sold from Turkey to the free zone are subject to the export regime, and goods sold from the free zone to Turkey are subject to the import regime. According to the Free Zone Law of Turkey, some laws in force in the country will not be applied in the free zones, depending on the assumption that the free zones are outside the Turkish customs zone. The advantages of operating in a free zone outside the customs zone are: individuals who have an operating license are exempt from corporate and income tax, limited to their operating license period, for the earnings they obtain from the activities they carry out in the free zone. Goods sold from Turkey to the free zone are exempt from VAT as they are subject to the export regime. Again, the delivery of goods to which the free zone provisions are applied is also exempt from VAT. Companies operating in the free zone can benefit from the provisions of the double taxation agreement to which Turkey is a party. Since the status of free circulation of goods originating in Turkey or the European Union or in free circulation brought to the free zone does not change, no customs duty is paid when entering Turkey or European Union member countries. In addition, customs duty is not paid when goods originating from third countries enter the free zone and in case these goods are sent to third countries other than Turkey or European Union member countries. Earnings and revenues from free zone activities can be freely transferred abroad or to Turkey without any permission. In addition, in order to ensure the supply of consumables in the regions as soon as possible, goods originating in Turkey whose price does not exceed $5,000 or equivalent Turkish lira may not be subject to export process optionally. Except for the provisions of the legislation on customs and foreign exchange obligations and the demands of the producer enterprises, the authorizations given to the public institutions and organizations regarding price, quality and standards are not implemented in the free zones of Turkey. In this context, the following points are taken into consideration by the General Directorate of Free Zones of Turkey, taking into account regional and sectoral differences in the evaluation of the application for the required operating license, including the applications for renewal and extension of time, in order to operate in free zones. 1. It is essential that the activity is in the nature of production and mostly aimed at selling abroad. 2. Sales abroad are also the basis for purchase and sale activities, and domestic sales may be permitted at certain rates, with priority being given to raw materials, intermediate and investment goods. 3. The activity subject to criteria of: it is not harmful to human health and the environment. Does not cover sensitive products to be determined by the General Directorate of Free Zones of Turkey. The qualifications of not being destructive and providing an environment for unfair competition in the domestic market are sought. 4. Your activity. To be qualified to create employment in a certain capacity. Being a foreign direct investment. Containing new and/or high technology. Being a service that will support international trade. Sectoral specialization in the free zones of Turkey and compatibility with clustering are taken into consideration during the evaluation process. Along with the contribution to the Turkish economy, the free zones, which provide an advanced investment environment for companies that want to enter foreign trade with their flexible and modern organizational structures, increase their value in our country day by day as logistics centers. In this video, we aim to inform you about the free zones of Turkey and the application process of operation license. Such process requires an expert support. Please always feel free to contact us about your plans in relation to free zones of Turkey through WhatsApp or email.